Alright guys, we are about 1 week away from Destiny 2 releasing its first DLC, Curse of Osiris. And with that being said, I want to talk to you about whether or not this game is still worth playing. Today's video, it's going to be a lot about the lore and the story. So if you like that kind of stuff, that is what we're going to be covering today. PvP, mechanics, and all the other stuff, I'll cover in a separate video, hopefully literally this week or right after this video. With that being said, let's get straight into it and let's talk some Destiny campaign. Hey guys, it's Fishbosh, and like I said, we're going to be covering a bunch of Destiny 2 lore, story, not so much again the PvP stuff. We'll cover that in a separate video. So today we're going to cover a few things when it comes to why I think Destiny 2 is still worth playing. Now, for many of you who have played Destiny, or even if you haven't played, you know that Bungie has done a really poor job when it comes to storytelling. I was drawn to Destiny because of how well I know Bungie in terms of completing a really good story. Pretty much I'm talking about Halo and how well they were able to take a first-person shooter game and give it a really good in-depth kind of, like, it was just the first of its kind. Imagine a first-person shooter actually able to tell such a good story. I'm referring mainly to Halo 1, Combat Evolved, up to Halo 3, where they did a really good job in terms of actually creating this universe and telling such a great story that's now been expanded, and books have been written on it. So that's why I love Bungie and their work, and especially why I moved over to Destiny. Now, like many people, I was disappointed in the lack of story when it came to Destiny 1 and the following DLCs. It just felt like they were, there were too many holes that they couldn't really answer, especially with DLCs just kind of adding more content, not really fixing or resolving plot holes that was seen in the main campaign. So we're going to go forward because, it sounds like I'm doing a very negative review so far. But again, I found a lot of hope when it comes to this game overall. I felt that the campaign, the Red War, the Leviathan raid, and now with this upcoming DLC, I feel that they have actually set themselves up in a really good way to tell a really good story moving forward. So like I said, I'll be talking about the campaign and the raid, and along with possible theories of what I think the story will be in the upcoming DLC. So here's your spoiler alert for any of you who have not played Destiny or finished the campaign, or like if you never really paid attention to the story, I'm just letting you know right now I'm going to be talking a lot about the main campaign, the Red War, and the Leviathan raid. So here we go. First up, the Red War, what I really liked about it was simple. It was basic and straightforward. You have Ghaul, the bad guy, coming in, doing bad guy stuff, trying to steal your light, and that was it. He did that in the first mission, I think, where your Guardian was without the light. Of course, you get it back literally in the first mission, but the point is, it was an easy bad guy to understand. He's coming there trying to steal your light. Now, all throughout the campaign, as you finish missions, you get cinematics where the speaker is conversing with Ghaul, and Ghaul is questioning him on, why did he pick the humans, so on and so forth. Eventually, we get to the end of the campaign, and we find out the speaker revealing one big truth. He never actually spoke with the Traveler, just spoke for it. Now, to many of us playing Destiny 1, in all honesty, I felt such great satisfaction because in my mind, I knew he was useless, and this just confirmed it. In all honesty, when I found that out, I was so happy. I know many of my friends felt the same way, but Bungie did something really creative. Not only were they able to satisfy that kind of need or want by the gamers or those who played the game overall, they actually did something great with that. His line, his death, okay? With the speaker saying that he never spoke with the Traveler, it opens up so many possibilities. Of course, all of us who play this game are expecting a twist. The Traveler just can't be good. It just can't be sitting there doing nothing and still be good. I'm not saying it's bad, but there needs to be more, right? And this is where I'll jump straight into the raid, okay? If you guys have finished the raid, or if you've played through it, you know that Calus says something in the very end. He says this. So the first time I defeated him, he actually says this to our raid group. Now you've seen everything. Do you still believe you're on the right side? Mull it over and enjoy my gifts to you. I possess the means to true agency beyond your feeble light. Perhaps I'll show you how to grow fat from strength. Well, straight off the bat, again, for those of you who haven't completed the raid, Gaul, or not Gaul, sorry, Callus is he's testing you. The entire raid is a test, and that in itself is amazing because you're not just getting a typical bad guy or another guy coming in, stealing your light or spreading the darkness, so to speak. And that's what I really loved with what he says afterwards, because it kind of confirms that we're going to expect a twist in the upcoming DLCs. He says or questions your loyalty by asking, are you sure you're still fighting for the right side? And that right there kind of confirms that, the speaker never really speaking with the traveler. There's more to it. So Callus is like kind of the first to make you think about it, make you doubt whether or not, hey, is the traveler really good? And to further back that up, there was I didn't actually notice this until the second time we completed the raid, but the third time I knew Callus was gonna say something different, just because the second time he did say something different. So here goes. This is what he says the third time. Everything you know is a lie. There is a truth beyond what your people and your speaker have told you. I can take you to that truth if you seek me out. These gifts are a reminder of my words, Emperor Callus has spoken. So then I thought, oh my goodness, obviously with him saying everything you know is a lie, it's flat out telling us, or the game is clearly telling us that, all right, everything we've learned from Destiny 1 about the speaker being, well, not the speaker, the traveler being all good, almighty kind of thing and helping us out, like, there's obviously more to that, because all the truth that we know so far in this game, Callus is telling us it's a lie. And so just to kind of get more dialogue, I actually was able to find what he says a third time, and he says this: if you seek the means to live to your potential, I can guide you to it. There's a power in this universe beyond your feeble light. I leave you with these words and these parting gifts. Take them with you and grow fat from strength. Emperor Callus has spoken. So I mean, if you can just break down the three things he says, or the three different kind of dialogue he's given, he's pretty much telling you that there is more to, one, the traveler. So it's proving that the speaker not actually conversing with the traveler, it's a big deal. It's not just to satisfy the fan base that, they killed someone who was useless, but it's to actually push the story forward. This idea was lacking in all of Destiny 1. Bungie wasn't able to connect any of their DLC with, it was literally one bad guy after the other, wanting the light or taking over with his darkness. Taken King was the best example of that, literally controlling things to spread darkness. You got Crota doing kind of the same thing, the Antheon Vex boss thing. I forgot if it's even called that, Antheon. But all in all, you guys get the idea that these DLCs were just meant to give us more content, instead of fixing the plot holes that were, shown, especially in the first main campaign. And the sad part was, because they just kept adding more content, I didn't think they took the game's campaign or story serious enough that when you even play those missions, it was kind of like, okay, what happens? You don't feel any kind of connection to what's really going on. But so far with Destiny 2's main Red War campaign, with the raid, first, you're actually able to feel like you are a legend, because literally in every cinematic, Zavala is like worshiping you as the Guardian, the best one. Cayde even and Ikora kind of like talk to you like you're some special guy. So that whole idea of becoming a legend, it's obvious in Destiny 2. You are obviously the guy they lean on when it comes to completing missions and tasks, because they're always looking for you. So they were able to satisfy so many little things that they didn't do in Destiny 1. If they were looking for a foundation, I think the main Red War campaign and this first raid, the Leviathan raid, did a really good job in setting themselves up for the upcoming DLC that's supposed to be launching December 5 next week. So what does that mean for the future of Destiny? Well, I really hope that they continue in this really, this trend of, I feel they're just taking the game much more seriously, or they're just taking more time to complete the story all in all, because I get more of a Halo feel in this. Like, I know there's going to be a twist. When everybody first played Halo, you're like, they need to explain what this circle thing is. It's funny how Bungie seems to love circles, but in Halo, you understood that, okay, there's a twist coming up, and you found it when the Covenant wants to activate the ring, but you find out if you do that, you die. So it was such a simple idea, but because of that, they were able to add more complexities, with the Covenants having a rift, the elites leaving, whatever. So I'm looking forward to something like that. Like, it'd be amazing if, for example, Callus is actually good. Like, I'm not saying that'd be the best thing for the game, but it seems to be that, they're introducing other characters who may actually be helping you, who we originally thought was bad. So, I mean, I'm not saying anything in terms of like Callus being good is a great thing. Again, I'm just hoping that they are able to add more twists, more turns that will make this game much more richer in terms of the campaign. So with that said, I hope you guys like this video. Obviously, it's my first of many when it comes to talking about Destiny 2. I hope you guys liked it. If there are any comments, any any ideas you guys want me to talk about, please leave it in the comments down below. And when it comes to criticism, I'm open to any sort of, open constructive criticism would be nice. Help me out because, it's my first real, try at doing this YouTube thing. So please be supportive. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will follow this up again with more PvP kind of, content when it comes to what we should expect or what can we expect in the upcoming DLC. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a good night.